What if I told you that everything you think you know about power is wrong? We're taught to see power as something external, a fancy title, a big bank account, or the ability to make others do what we want. We see it in movies, in the news, in the corner offices of skyscrapers. We chase it, thinking that if we can just get enough control over our circumstances, over other people, we'll finally be happy, secure, and respected. But this chase is a trap. It's a hamster wheel that leaves us exhausted and empty, because we're chasing a shadow. The real thing, true, unshakable power, isn't out there, it's in here. It's the quiet, profound, and life-changing art of mastering yourself. Think about it. Why do we want to control others? Often it comes from a place of fear and insecurity. We're afraid of being left behind, of being seen as weak, or of not getting what we want. So, we try to manage everyone and everything around us. We try to orchestrate outcomes, manipulate conversations, and bend people to our will. For a moment it might even feel like it's working. We get a temporary sense of security. But it's fragile. The moment someone doesn't follow our script, the moment the world doesn't bend to our expectations, our whole sense of power crumbles, and we're left feeling more frustrated and helpless than before. It's like trying to build a sandcastle right at the edge of the ocean. You can work frantically, but you're constantly at the mercy of the next wave. You're not in control. You're just reacting. Now, let's contrast that with the person who has mastered themselves. This person isn't concerned with controlling others because they found their center of gravity within. Their power doesn't come from their title or their influence over people. It comes from their discipline, their emotional regulation, and their unwavering commitment to their own values. They've mastered their impulses. When they feel anger, they don't lash out. They observe it, understand where it's coming from, and choose a constructive response. They aren't a slave to their fleeting moods or desires. This is the first pillar of self-mastery. Emotional sovereignty. You own your feelings. They don't own you. This isn't about suppressing emotions, but about understanding them. It's the difference between being a passenger on a stormy sea, tossed around by every wave, and being the captain of the ship, using the winds and currents to steer toward your destination. The second pillar is mental clarity. The world is constantly screaming for our attention. Notifications, opinions, anxieties, and a million distractions pull our minds in 1,000 different directions. The person who seeks external power is often the most scattered, constantly reacting to the next shiny object or perceived threat. But the one who masters themselves cultivates focus. They learn to quiet the noise, both external and internal. They can sit with their own thoughts without needing a distraction. They choose what they focus on, directing their mental energy like a laser beam toward their goals, their learning, and their personal growth. This clarity allows them to make better decisions, not based on fear or peer pressure, but on their own deep wisdom and principles. They're not trying to control the world. They're trying to understand it and their place within it. This brings us to the third pillar, integrity. This is the alignment of your actions with your values. When you're trying to control others, you often have to compromise your principles. You might flatter, deceive, or intimidate to get your way. Your public persona might be completely different from who you are in private. This creates a deep internal conflict, a kind of soul sickness that no amount of external success can cure. But when your power comes from self-mastery, your actions are a natural extension of who you are. You say what you mean, and you mean what you say. People might not always agree with you, but they will respect you because they know you are authentic. Your word is your bond. This kind of power doesn't need to be loud or flashy. It has a quiet strength that draws people in. It inspires trust, not fear. This is true influence. Think of some of the most genuinely powerful figures in history. People like Marcus Aurelius, the Roman emperor who wrote about Stoic self-control in his private journals, or Nelson Mandela, who spent 27 years in prison, stripped of all external power, yet emerged with his spirit and integrity intact to lead a nation. Their power wasn't in their ability to command armies or bend parliaments to their will. Their ultimate power was in their command over themselves. They mastered their hatred, their despair, and their desire for revenge. They chose forgiveness, reason, and a higher purpose. They couldn't control their jailers or their political opponents, but they had absolute control over their own response. And in that, they found a freedom and a strength that changed the world. So how do we start building this inner fortress? It doesn't happen overnight. It's a daily practice. It starts with small things. It's choosing to go for a run when you'd rather stay in bed. It's pausing for 5 seconds before you reply to a frustrating email. It's deciding to read a book instead of scrolling mindlessly through social media. It's admitting when you're wrong instead of doubling down to protect your ego. Each one of these small choices is like laying a single brick in the foundation of your inner citadel. Every time you choose a disciplined, thoughtful response over an impulsive reaction, you reclaim a piece of your own power. You are training yourself to be the master of your own mind and emotions, not their servant. This journey of self-mastery is the most challenging, and yet the most rewarding, adventure you will ever undertake. Unlike the pursuit of external power, which is a zero-sum game where one person's gain is another's loss, self-mastery benefits everyone. When you become a more disciplined, calm, and principled person, you become a better friend, a better partner, a better partner, and a better human being. You radiate a sense of calm and confidence that puts others at ease. You inspire them not by controlling them, but by being an example of what is possible. This is the ultimate paradox. The less you try to control other people, the more genuine influence you will have. So, I invite you to shift your focus. Stop looking for power outside of yourself. Stop trying to manage and manipulate the world into giving you what you want. Turn your gaze inward. Start the difficult, patient, and beautiful work of mastering your own spirit. Cultivate discipline. Seek clarity and live with integrity. This is where your true strength lies. This is the power that no one can ever take away from you. It's the power that will not only transform your own life but will also ripple out and positively impact everyone around you. That is the only power worth having. Thank you so much for spending this time with me today. If this message resonated with you, please consider liking the video and subscribing to the channel for more conversations like this. I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments below. What does self-mastery mean to you? Take care, and I'll see you in the next one.